It's showtime. It's Socceroos time for the first time since the FIFA World Cup, taking on Ecuador for some friendlies. A bit of a homecoming for the Socceroos tonight, and we are here for the live watch along. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you're watching from, whether that is inside of Australia or outside, anywhere around the globe. This is the Coast Watch Football YouTube channel, and we are dude Butters straight into the chat with the hype. We love it. We love it. Excited for tonight, man. It's been a long. It's felt like ages since the World Cup. I don't know about you guys, but it's felt like it's been a while. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see some new faces. Speaking of new faces, we've got Aidan O'Neill straight into the starting lineup. Love it, love it. Excited that one of the new guys is getting a run straight in, straight in. Tan Lee's here as well. How are you going, mate? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. A hot take here from Axel. Why watch the actual game when you can watch a Coast Watch stream instead? Honestly, I do my best to. For those who are new to the streams, I do my best. I don't quite commentate the games, but I have had people say that kind of stuff before. That like, oh, I can't watch the game, so I'll just watch your stream. So hopefully, I'm the next best thing. Score predictions, says Jake on TikTok. Asks Jake on TikTok. Ecuador a good side. Ecuador a good side. They've got some good players in the team. Moises Caicedo, probably the most notable name. I believe Enner Valencia's out in this game. I don't think he's playing. Right. KFR on YouTube says 7-0 Socceroos. He says, laugh at me now, but when it happens, I'll be a genius. Dude, we'd love it. I mean, that'd be fantastic, right? Obviously, it's just a friendly, but let's not like this is a friendly, but let's not forget we have an Asian Cup less than 12 months away. Less than 12 months away. So it's important that we regard these two games against Ecuador as sort of the beginning of that Asian Cup cycle. Preparation starts here. Lucas says, surely we win. Dylan's in the chat. How's it going, man? How's it going? KFR, thanks for confirming, man. Valencia is indeed out, which is a big blow. Valencia, of course, scored the opening goal in the 2022 World Cup. So big loss there for Ecuador. On home soil, I'm going to go Australia win. Let's go 3-2. Let's go 3-2. 3-2. 3-2. Alex Axel in the chat saying if Cumdog bag the hat trick, I'm running down the street. Nice, man, nice. Thoughts on Garen Kowal? Love Garen Kowal. For those who are unaware, you can sort of see it. Got a little background set up here. Check that out. The Mariners gear. We love Garen Kowal, and hopefully he gets a run in this game. Axel says, in all seriousness, though, I reckon we'll get a 3-0 win with Duke, Mobile, and Kowal scoring. Would love to see Kowal get his first goal in green and gold. His first goal in green and gold would be very exciting. Excited to see the likes of Robertson, Iran Kunda maybe even making an appearance off the bench tonight would be very exciting. Very exciting. Brock says, I think Barella should have been in the starting 11. That was my prediction as well. If you saw, I put it up on the socials yesterday, my predicted lineup, and I was close. I think I had 2 players off. So I had Metcalf starting, but O'Neill's in, which is great. But Mobile starting ahead of Barella. But yeah, I was feeling the same. And with Barella's form at the moment in the A-League, I was backing him to start for sure. What else we got here? Lucas says Irvine up front. Dude, I mean, it'd be interesting to see whether Arnold changes tactics around it all. Whether it's going to be sort of like a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1, maybe, whether that means Irvine starting, in the number 10 role. Of course, one of the big losses heading into this game, Arnold announced yesterday that no McGree for at least his first game. Newey Jets Football in the chat. I'm doing well, man. Hope you're doing well too. So good to see plenty of people jumping in the chat here nice and early. We have dude, I can't do maths. When I'm live streaming, I can't. My brain just doesn't work when it comes to maths. We have over 26 minutes till kickoff. Brock says, I think Barella needs to be in the starting 11, and also asks, do you think Iran Kunda has a good future? Iran Kunda has a really promising future. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, just from what we're seeing from him on a regular basis now in the A-League, I mean, we see young players perform exceptionally well in the A-League, sort of here and there. And we're used to it a lot, over the years, whether it's been, Arzani a number of years ago, Tilio in the last couple of years, Garan Kowal, and now it's Iran Kunda. Got all these exciting players coming through. Iran Kunda is one that's just, he seems to be rising like at a really fast rate. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Tilio has been sort of like has risen at a decent sort of pace. Garan Kowal had a year or so in the A-League before jetting overseas as well. Fortnite's in the chat. What's up, Lockie? Dude, not too much. Keen for this game. Good to see you in the chat as well. Tan says, I think since the World Cup we play 4-4-2. That's what I'd expect as well. Maybe Irvine playing up top. I'm gonna roll with that, but we'll see. We'll see when we jump into the game. We shall see. Jezza on TikTok says Iran Kunda defo scoring tonight. Would love to. How good would that be? How good would that be to see Iran Kunda come on and bag a goal in his first Socceroos game? So good to see Craig Goodwin in the 11, says Brock. Brock, of course, an Adelaide United fan. As is Barry, who's in the chat. How's it going, Barry? Luke is saying Bailey Wright better than Deganek. They're sort of similar. I regard them as sort of a similar level. But I guess Deganek just starting at right back. I mean, I haven't seen much of Bailey Wright at right back. We know that Deganek obviously started at right back in one of the World Cup games. Julian's in the chat. Says, hello, Lockie. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing very well. Thanks for checking in, man. And thanks for jumping in the stream. We've already got 13 people, and we've got over 20 minutes till kickoff. Thanks so much, guys, for jumping in. And if you want to show your support, make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate it a lot. And keen to watch this game with you guys, man. It's been a long time. Coming back to the Iran Kunda conversation, Tan Lee on YouTube here says, I hope Iran Kunda stays in the A-League and plays 90 minutes before moving overseas. We'd love to see. I mean, I think we'd all love to see him, but I just can't see. I can't see him not going, just with the amount of the excitement that he brings. I'm sure he's attracting much interest from Europe, man. Whether he plays 90 minutes, I mean, that's an interesting one, because I know, well, being a Mariners fan, the whole Garan Kowal debate, and for a long time there, everyone was like, start Garan Kowal. And we just didn't, Monty didn't roll with it, which I think was the correct decision. Because he has a different impact off the bench, when teams are tiring, and Iran Kunda has a similar sort of impact. It'd be interesting to see what it'd be like, what sort of impact he could have, whether he could last the full 90 minutes. Not saying that he couldn't, but we just haven't seen it yet, right? At A-League level, at least. Jamie's in the chat. How's it going, Jamie? Who do you think's going to win? Australia. I'm going for sticking with my prediction 3-2. 3-2 win. 3-2. I think, first friendly back in a while. First match back for a number of months now for the Socceroos. Going to go 3-2 win. 3-2. 3-2. Tan says, I hope he stays fit. Iran Kunda stays fit. Not like what happened to Arzani. That's the thing too. I mean, and that's after what has happened with the likes of Arzani and, what's some other young players who have, Danny De Silva, I guess you can maybe put in that sort of debate. Young players who have gone overseas and not quite met expectations, or perhaps not, fulfilled the potential. They're all fantastic players. Arzani's a fantastic player. He's having a decent season in the A-League, probably not the season he'd be hoping to be having. He just hasn't been playing consistently enough, Arzani, has he? But yeah, man, if Iran Kunda stays fit, goes to the right clubs, there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of excitement around him. So much potential. And the thing that I love about Iran Kunda as well is just like the fear, the fact that he plays with no fear. It's awesome. Oh, hot take from Fortnite in the chat here. Apparently, Man City might buy Iran Kunda and loan him to sister club Melbourne City. How about that? That'd be interesting. I feel like if that happened, Melbourne City would be unstoppable, right? Imagine if Melbourne City, the best team in the competition, had the best youngster in the competition in Nestoria and Kunda. That'd be terrifying to play. That'd be terrifying. If Mariners making an Elim final away from the coast, will you go? Depends where it is. Could be anywhere at this stage. Of course, it's so tight at the moment in the A-League ladder. Could be anywhere. Whether that's if Mariners do fall down, it could be an away game. If it's it could be anything from Wellington to it could be a local one. But I'd like to think Mariners can score a home final. Who would you prefer, Rolls or Bailey Wright? Rolls, yeah, big. I mean, maybe that's biased for me, just saying that because I'm a Mariners fan. But no, I love Kyle Rolls, man, and he's obviously a left-footed player, which brings a decent balance to that back four. But yeah, Rolls. I'm totally aware that Bailey Wright has more experience, but yeah, man. Please come to Cooper Stadium if Central Coast Mariners play Adelaide in the finals. That'd be great. I mean, obviously Mariners played Adelaide away in the finals last year, and which didn't turn out wasn't a positive result in the end for the Central Coast. But we'd love to get to Cooper Stadium one day. One of the best stadiums in the A-League. Every time I watch it on TV, man, just the atmosphere looks like it's pumping. Taser asks in the chat, where do you think Victory going to finish? Last. Which is sort of funny because they have been picking up wins here and there. I mean, obviously they defeated Mariners on the weekend. They defeated City, which was the big one. But I don't know, man. That sort of seems to be the way of things. A lot of those bottom teams, the same thing with Brisbane, who've picked up a couple home wins in a row now. So yeah, man. Brisbane. I mean, could Brisbane finish last? I don't know. Under Nick Green, they seem to have a little bit more belief. They're playing with a little bit more energy now. I think Victory will still finish last. Did you think about going tonight? Did consider it. But wanted to do the live stream for it. Especially considering that I wasn't making content or anything during the World Cup season last year. I was like, man, we haven't done any Socceroos. The last like Socceroos stuff we'd done on the Coast Watch Football YouTube channel would have been the playoffs, which is like almost a year ago, right? July. Yeah. Taser says, yeah, Victory season has been really weird. It's I can't put my finger on it in terms of where it's gone wrong. Like, was there a point where it went wrong for Tony Popovich? Because personnel-wise, they didn't change too much, right? They didn't change too much when you look at the fact. I mean, yes, they lost Marco Rojas. Losing Nani, I think, was a big blow. Not just losing a player of his quality, but for the belief in the team. To see their best player receiving the news that he was going to miss the rest of the season. This is another big talking point that's circulating at the moment. Ufuk Talay, Wellington Phoenix coach, to take Tony Popovich's role? Asks Brock. It's something that I can see it happening. I'll just say that. It wouldn't surprise me. It seems like a move that makes a lot of sense. I'm still of the opinion that Popovich should stay at Victory, even if they finish last. I think Popovich is still a fantastic coach. This season is just a bit of a write-off for Victory, and Popovich won't let them miss finals 2 seasons in a row. That's for sure. But look, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. If they do finish last, obviously, it's going to be tough to keep your job, regardless of who you are, isn't it? Do you watch Ted Lasso? It's so good. Never watched it. Do you recommend? Lucas Sport is in the chat. Good day, mate. Good day to you, Lucas Sport. Thanks for jumping in the chat. Got a Parramatta Eels and Sydney FC in your profile picture. Probably not too happy with the Derby result, of course, last weekend. A massive Result for the Wanderers, 4-0 over Sydney. We did a live watch along for that game. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date to all the live watch alongs we're doing for A-League and A-League and Socceroos and whatever. Lucas is asking the question, what should I have for dinner? That is outside my my expertise. We need some help in the chat. What should Lucas have for dinner? Pizza. There you go. Who do you think will win the A-League? Asks Jamie. Melbourne City. It's such an easy question to answer, right? That's the easy answer. It's the boring answer too. But I'll tell you what, dude, it's hard because like I was going to say Adelaide are going to be there as well, but after seeing Wanderers in the Sydney derby, they're terrifying. Unfortunately, I think my Mariners are starting to slip away a little bit. We're losing games that we shouldn't be losing. Melbourne City, I think Adelaide are going to get there. I mean, I'm so excited for next week, man, seeing Wanderers take on Adelaide. That's next Friday night. What a game, dude. What a game. What a game that's going to be. It's going to be like a pre-finals final, that Wanderers Adelaide game. Pre-finals final. And obviously last time we saw them play, Cooper Stadium, like a month or so ago. Well, that was an epic 4-4 draw, wasn't it? Yeah, man. Have you had prime hydration? I have not. I've heard of it. I have not. Big question. Do you think Perth Glory will finish top 6? Look, I mean, Perth Glory have sort of been one of the... Like, we've all enjoyed watching them play at Macedonia Park, right? We've all enjoyed it. They obviously played their last home game at HBF Park, which was nice. I'd like to see them finish in the top 6. I like what Ruben Zakovic is doing. They're playing with, I mean, compared to the way they played last season, it's a big improvement. I mean, regardless of where they finish, they have improved a lot because they were terrible last year, Perth Glory. Do I think they'll finish in the top 6? I think they'll miss out. I'd love to see it, but I think they'll miss out. Look, if they could pick up a couple sneaky away wins, they could finish like 7th or 8th. You know, miss out on the just get out of the Australia Cup playoffs. Score prediction. Going to go for 3. Yeah, sticking with 3-2. 3-2 Australia. 3-2 Australia. Got to give go for an Australian win, right? Sydney FC to get top 6, says Lucas. I think they will. Yeah. Even though this has been quite an up and down season. And it's funny sort of seeing how upset Sydney FC fans. I mean, it's not funny, but like it's because obviously that's, you know, especially after the Derby loss, that was a big one. I mean, they're still in the finals, and there's a lot of teams that are struggling below them, and those coaches aren't under pressure. Where can I watch the game? Asked Dylan. On 10 Play, I believe. I mean, that's where I'll be watching it, 10 Play. So you can download the 10 Play app. I believe it's on one of the Channel 10 channels. I can't tell you exactly which one because I don't know. I don't watch on free-to-air. It could be Channel 10 or 10 Bold. One of the 10s. One of the 10s. Lucas says it's on Paramount too. There you go. I didn't even know that, actually. I just assumed it was just on 10 Play, but that makes sense too. It'd be on Paramount Plus too. Yeah, man. We're just over 10 minutes away from kickoff. That went quickly. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, hit the like button. It helps me out a whole lot. And if this is your first time tuning in, my name is Lockie, the Coast of Football, and we talk all things Australian football, A-League, and all that. Okay, Lucas is confirmed in the chat. He's watching on a Paramount. It is indeed on Paramount. Lucas asked, do you think Redmayne will leave Sydney FC? I don't think so. I don't see it happening. He's been a loyal servant at Sydney FC for a number of years now. I don't see it happening. I don't think there's any reason for him to leave. I'd be surprised to see him join an A-League rival. You know, and he's coming towards the later years of his career, I guess, whether he could score an overseas move. Obviously, he got a lot of publicity after that he got a lot of publicity after, of course, that his heroics in the playoffs. So, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, Matt's in the chat. Hey, Matt, how's it going, man? Brock in the chat says, I wish they didn't play this game on a ripped up pitch from NRL. I believe, yeah, there was an NRL game last night, wasn't there? Very bad decision when we have so many good pitches around Australia. I was surprised they didn't play it at Allianz Stadium. You think they would have done that, right? New stadium, first time Socceroos playing there at the new one. That's what I would have thought at least. Go the Socceroos indeed. What did you think of Perth Glory Sturridge? Daniel Sturridge at Perth Glory asks Jamie. We don't like to talk about it. we don't like to talk about it. Daniel Sturridge and his time in the A-League, unfortunately, it was a massive disappointment. Obviously, that goes without saying. Massive disappointment how it worked out for Daniel Sturridge and Perth Glory. It was just a massive shame, man, because it would have been great if it worked out. Yeah. Lucas asks, there's some good questions coming in here. What are your feelings on Patrick Wood? I think he's got a lot of potential. Excuse me. He's got a lot of potential, and he's a player that I think would relish the opportunity playing at a club where he gets more game time. Actually, that just reminds me. Remember, like last preseason, like almost a year ago, that he was linked to Perth Glory, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I'm pretty sure Patrick Wood was linked to Perth Glory, but they ended up going for who they get, Stefan Kolakowski and Ivanovic, who have both been missing. Barry game would have ripped it up, says Matt. NRL game at the stadium last night, Comic Stadium. CCM Season asks, where do you think Aaron Kunda will end up in Europe? Where? Well, look, I mean, so many Aussies are going to Scotland, so I'm just going to say Scotland. But I'm not too fast with where he goes, to be honest. I don't know the European landscape too well, but look, I mean, Scotland would be great because he'd have a lot of mates there, wouldn't he? Everyone's there now. Everyone's there. Do you think Patrick Wood should go on loan? He would benefit from a loan move for sure. Yeah, I think he should go. I mean, it's not like he's not getting game time, but it's mainly bench appearances, isn't it? What's been happening with Stefan Kolakowski? Brock in the chat here asks a good question. Rather not a good question, a good statement. Stefan Kolakowski needs to leave Perth ASAP. I mean, where has he been? Has he been injured? Does anyone know? I think he played like 1 or 2 games, right? I've barely seen him play. He could just be injured. I could be wrong. But yeah, man, Stefan Kolakowski, a player that had so much potential. And when he went to Perth Glory, everyone was like, good, this is great. Get out of Melbourne City where he's not getting any game time. Goes to Perth and he's nowhere to be seen. Julian, a Western United fan, asks, Lockie, do you think Western United will make the top 6? I hope so, but I'm very nervous. And I think that's fair to feel a little bit nervous, Julian. I think that's fair to feel nervous because it's been an up and down season, more so down than up for Western United, the reigning champions. Do I think they'll finish in the top 6? I think they could. Like I think they could. They still have good players in the side. Noah Bodic is having a good season, as we all know. I think they could. It'll be close. Anthony's in the chat. How's it going, Anthony? He says, where can you watch the game? Game's available to watch on Paramount Plus, Channel 10, 10 Play. Yeah. If you're in Australia. For those overseas, I'm not sure. Can't help you there. Just over 5 minutes until kickoff in this one. Kickoff at 8 p.m. local time in Sydney. 8 p.m. local time in Sydney. Lucas says, Lockie, I have Andrew Redmayne's gloves. What? Man. Frame those. Frame them. Protect them at all costs. Brock says in the chat, James Troisi was a bad pickup for Western. I don't think it was a bad pickup for Western. I mean, he's played a number of games in this season, but hasn't quite had much of an impact. Yeah, he's been a bit, he's been a bit average, hasn't he? Asian Cup begins January 12, according to the 10-play broadcast, which will be broadcast live and exclusive to Network 10 and Paramount Plus. Just reading this off the broadcast. January 12. Keen for that, man. Keen for that. Because I'll tell you what, after the recent World Cup, Australia are now heading into the Asian Cup with a large target on their backs, if you like, after the World Cup performance. I mean, as are a number. I mean, Japan obviously had a great World Cup. Saudi Arabia upsetting the eventual champions Argentina. It's going to be a great tournament next year's Asian Cup. What are your feelings on A-League All Access? Love it. Great addition to the A-League and its content. Brock says Garang and Nesta subbed on in the 70th minute. Good luck defense. I know, right? Dude, that'd be terrifying. Just both wings. Just Garang and Nesta. Terrifying. Shadow Marco's in the chat. How's it going? Says, could Adelaide United win the A-League? Yeah. Yeah, with the form that they're on at the moment, yes. Could Adelaide United win the league? Yes. We've seen them a few weeks ago defeat Melbourne City in a, I don't want to say convincing way, but they won 4-2 against the best team in the league. And if you're winning 4-2 against the best team in the league, then yeah, you're absolutely in with a shout to win the league. So could they win the league? Yeah, big yeah. Big yes. Big yes. Big yes. Oh my goodness. So Luke is here in the chat. Apparently has Andrew Redmayne's gloves. Says, yes, it's a Redmayne. I got his limited edition glove. Redder said, cheers, mate. Then signs his glove and gave him to me. Dude, that is congratulations to you. That's fantastic. Jamie says, happy that Ecuador isn't playing their star player, Valencia. Of course, Ana Valencia missing out in this game. And yeah, that's a big win for the Aussies, isn't it? Ana Valencia, of course, scored the opening goal in the 2022 World Cup against host nation Qatar. So no Ana Valencia. No Ana Valencia for the visitors. Lucas says, I'll post a video and tag you on YouTube to show you. Go for it, man. Go for it. Axel, coming back to the title, A-League title chase chat, says, I think / hope either Adelaide or Wanderers will win the league. More Western considering I'm a Victory fan. Yeah, you don't want to see rivals win the league. It would be exciting, wouldn't it? It would be exciting. What are your thoughts on Graham Arnold? Asks Jamie and includes a couple love hearts because we love Arnie. Look, I mean, what a world. Just before, I mean, this game's only a few minutes away from kickoff, but what a whirlwind it has been. What a whirlwind it has been in the last 12 months. This time 12 months ago, and you can check it out. I went to the Socceroos qualifier against Japan, the March qualifier at Olympic Park, and we lost that game. And people were calling for Arnie to be sacked. The energy around the Socceroos fan base was not a positive one. And now it's completely changed after the incredible World Cup. We love Arnie. We love Arnie. And look, he's a fantastic coach and always has been. And he pulled through. He pulled through that really tough time. He got his squad to really band together for that World Cup, and they exceeded expectations. So, yeah, we love Arnie, man. We love Arnie. Trust in Arnie. Trust in Arnie. Lucas Simeone in the chat says, it's only a friendly. Doesn't matter if we lose. That is one way to sort of look at it. And you are right. Like, it doesn't matter, obviously. But I sort of touched on it earlier, and it's a good point to keep in mind, I think, for Socceroos fans watching this game, even though it is a friendly, this is setting the tone for the upcoming Asian Cup, which is next year. It's important that we get some positive results against, this is a good side. This is a good match in Ecuador. This is a very good match. So it's important, I think, that we start off with 3 points. Julian, West United fan, Julian asks, do you think Diamante will convince Mario Balotelli to come down to the A-League? I mean, it'd be great, right? How fantastic would that be? I doubt it. It'd be awesome. Sutar's ACL on the line. We must protect him at all costs. Yes. Of course, this is the stadium where Sutar, of course, injured his ACL. Long time ago now, wasn't it? That qualifier against Saudi Arabia, and then returned for the World Cup. How great is it gonna be to see Sutar back? All right, they're doing the pre-game. I'm watching here on 10 Play. Of course, this game's available to watch on Paramount Plus, 10 Play, and Channel 10. The pre-game sizzle reel. The highlights: Matthew Leckie tapping one home. McLaren. The boys are ready to go. Dude, is my stream delayed? Shouldn't we be kicking off? It's 8:01. Is my stream delayed, man? Isn't kickoff at 8? Right? Let me know in the chat right now if you're watching this game. Have the teams come out? I'm watching this. They're currently broadcasting just this highlights reel. Oh, I forgot to mention, of course, mention it in the preview that we did on the channel here, video preview that we did of this game. These two games. Last time these two teams played was 2014. Ecuador won 4-3. 4-3. Back when the legend Tim Cahill was playing. Okay, so it's late for you guys too. Julian says they're late. Very well. Very good. Lucas says it's still pre-match. Oh, here we go. Dude, looks like a decent turnout. They're showing some shots of the crowd. Look at this light show. Dude, the lights are like strobing. Party atmosphere at Comic Stadium, hey? Party atmosphere. Guys, thanks so much for jumping into the live stream. So keen for you guys to join me for this live watch along. We're going to be talking all about tactics, all about the personnel on the pitch, and hopefully we can see our Socceroos get a win here. Hit the like on the stream if you are enjoying. Lucas raises the point. Aussies are up 3-0 at halftime in 2014. There you go. Where are you watching the game? Game is available to watch on Paramount Plus, 10 Play, and Channel 10. Teams are in the tunnel. Matty Ryan captaining the side as usual. Jackson Irvine, Harry Sutar, his World Cup stars, Kai Roll starting. Keanu Bacchus playing at the stadium where he played a year ago now for Western Sydney Wanderers. Year ago? Over a year ago? Over a year ago. Keanu Bacchus. Lucas asked, should Andrew Redmayne get more play time for the Socceroos? It's a bit tricky when he's playing behind one of Australia's best goalkeepers in Matty Ryan. So, yeah, it's going to be tricky for Redmayne to get any game time behind Matty. Fortnite says, Craig Goodwin, hat-trick tonight. Let's make it happen. Craig Goodwin, in my opinion, the best player in the A-League. And good to see him starting tonight here as the teams come out to the field. Look at the pyrotechnics, man. Fireworks at the stadium, everything. It's thrilling. That's right. Paula's in the chat. Paula in the chat says, come on, Aussie. Let's go, Australia. It felt like ages since the World Cup, hasn't it? Epic atmosphere at Comic Stadium for this one. Socceroos taking on World Cup team Ecuador. National anthems. Here we go. Oh no, sorry, not national anthems yet. I thought she was about to start singing. Welcome to country. Ooh, Fortnite coming with a comment here. Says Carl Vert, Adelaide United coach, hinted that Nestor Irankunda will more than likely start against Western Sydney Wanderers due to Ben Halloran's suspension. We'd love to see Nestor finally start for us. That'd be great. That would be awesome. That game taking place at this very stadium, CommBank Stadium, this time next week too. There you go. Lucas asked a good question here, and I'm going to answer this one because I've got a bit of a hot take, or maybe an unpopular opinion. He asks, what are your thoughts on the 48 teams instead of 32? Of course, Lucas referring to the recently announced new World Cup format for 2026 and onwards. Teams have been increased from 32 to 48. Unpopular opinion, I actually like it. I like it. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's a chance for more nations to play in the world's biggest competition. And for that reason alone, I think it's a fantastic move. Get more teams involved, more nations a chance to compete, more upsets, more rivalries. I don't know, man. I think it's great. I think it's great, and I understand the backlash to the decision. And I think initially when someone tells you they're adding 16 more teams to the competition, it's like, oh, but I like it. I actually like it. And you look, now that there will be 48 teams, Jamie asks, do you think Italy will make the World Cup? Yeah. Yeah, they should. They certainly should. They were disappointed not to make it last time around. Are you Aussie? Asks Paula. Yes, indeed. Indeed I am. And that's right, Lucas. There's more of a chance for Aussies not to have to play South American teams. It's always a nervy time when we're having to do those playoffs against South American teams. South American opposition, including Ecuador. There are some fantastic teams there. Fantastic teams. Julian asks, if you put Leo Lacroix and Suta together, who would be taller? Oh, probably Suta, right? I don't know. Someone look up the heights. What's the heights of Leo Lacroix and Harry Suta? It's got to be Suta, right? Suta's huge. I mean, Leo Lacroix is super tall, right? But Leo Lacroix is probably the tallest player in the league, in the A League. But Harry Suta, surely. Someone check that. Someone check that. Have you upped the camera quality? Thanks for noticing, Hamza. I haven't. It's the same as usual. Same as the last year or so for the Coastwood Football live streams. What time does the game start in Perth? Well, whatever time it is right now in Perth, because the game's about to kick off. Is Perth 3 hours behind right now? 2, 3 hours behind? 5 p.m., I think. 5:09, rather. Kai Rolls, Aussies singing their national anthem. We've got the Socceroos flag up in the background here. Guys, what do you think of this little setup? Put this together just before. Whack some gear up on the shelves. I like it. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Okay, 6 o'clock. I'm from Perth. 6, says Jamie. There we go, 6. Okay, Lucas coming in with the heights here. Says Lacroix is 6'3", Sutar is 6'6". Interesting. I would have thought Lacroix was taller than that. Hamza says Sutar 6'6" and Lacroix 6'4". Sutar is tall. Sutar is tall. Yeah, man. Love the new offers. Thanks, man. This is a new setup. For those who have tuned into some live watch-alongs in the past, looks a bit different. Moved house since then. New setup, which is a work in progress at the moment. But yeah, we've got some shelves in the background. If you've got any ideas for what we can do here, let me know. Maybe some plants. Maybe just I don't know, to make it a bit more vibey. But yeah, we're running with a new setup, which is exciting. Game just about to kick off here between Australia and Ecuador. I'm just kind of surprised the stadium hasn't sold out. It's the Socceroos game. It looked pretty reasonably full. Reasonably full. Lineup graphics on the broadcast. Look at that lineup, man. Milos Degenek starting at right back. Kyle Rolls, Harry Suter, Aziz Bayic playing ahead of Matty Ryan in goals. Going to be interesting to see what the midfield sort of setup looks like. Of course, it's Keanu Backes and Aidan O'Neill. Good defensive midfield partnership there. Good defensive midfield partnership. Expect Aidan O'Neill to sort of be the deepest lying midfielder behind Irvine and Bacchus. Whether Irvine plays ahead as a number 10, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. And of course, we've got Nabil and Goodwin on the wings playing alongside Mitch Duke. I love this suggestion, Julian. Julian has the suggestion here for the live watch long setup. Add some disco lights to the setup. Green and gold whenever Australia play. Blue and yellow whenever Central Coast Mariners play. Love it. Love it. Actually, I had some lights at the previous setup. I still have them. I just haven't got them set up. But yeah, we might have to get some lights going. Strong lineup for Ecuador. Estupinian, Brighton, fullback. And Cappy, a player playing in the German top flight Bayer Leverkusen. And Moises Caicedo, Premier League fans might recognize his name, another Brighton and Hove Albion player, starting for Ecuador tonight. Of course, no Enner Valencia, their star striker. The striker who scored the first goal last year's World Cup. Here we go. After plenty of waiting and anticipation, we're about to get underway. Graham Arnold hoping to lead his side to the first 3 points. Just the match against Denmark in the World Cup in December last year. How good is it to see Harry Suter on home soil, man? What players could we see from the bench tonight? Alexander Robertson, Nestor Aaron Kunda, Jordy Boss. All these guys could make their Socceroos debut. Kickoff. Here we go. We are underway at COMEX Stadium. Australia, Ecuador. Let's hope for a bright start here, man. Let's hope for a bright start. And let's see what the setup is going to be in terms of formation. And it does indeed look like that Aidan O'Neill is sitting the furthest back in those midfielders. You can see Aidan O'Neill being entrusted to sit in that number 6 position. One of the best holding midfielders in the A-League in recent years, Aidan O'Neill. And he deserves it. I mean, he's had a long journey. When you think back several years ago, he made his Premier League debut at Burnley as a youngster. Went to Central Coast Mariners looking for more game time. Spent some time at Brisbane Roar. Now Melbourne City, where he's had the most success. And he's earned his spot. He's earned his call-up. Lucas reckons it's a 4-4-2. Yeah, it does look like that is... Jackson Irvine, the most advanced of the midfielders. Playing alongside Mitch Duke. It's a system that we see Arnold play a lot when the opposition has the ball. Setting up in a 4-4-2. When in possession, it'd be interesting to see whether that does change up at all. But that's definitely Irvine playing alongside Duke. But you can see how Bacchus is shifting forward, and notice how Aidan O'Neill's sitting back as Ecuador just knocked the ball around the back. So maybe a 4-3-3 shifting to a 4-4-2 at times. It's a long-range strike. This is going to go wide. Trying to chip the keeper there, Ecuador, early on. 26 people on the live stream. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This is your first time tuning in. My name is Docky. This is Coastwood Football, where we talk all things Australian football and the A-Leagues. Hit subscribe if you want to stick around for more Australian football content. Who will win? We're sticking with our 3-2 Australia prediction. Australia 3, Ecuador 2. Sticking with that. But look, I think it will be close, man. Ecuador are a good match for Australia. Real good match. Ecuador looking to penetrate down the right-hand side now. Test for Aziz Bayic. Craig Goodwin getting back in support. Ecuador bossing possession in the early stages. Let's see if Australia can get their foot on it now. Yep, that's the prediction we're going with. Jamie's back in the 3-2 Australia. Fortnite in the chat says, Perth getting Spurs and West Ham. That's right, of course, for those that missed it. Premier League sides Tottenham and West Ham heading to Western Australia later this year to play Spurs. No, it was a West Ham playing Perth Glory and Spurs playing West Ham. Really hope Adelaide gets a decent team. We always get left out of European teams. It's been a while since Adelaide have had a team visit, right? I think Liverpool went there years ago. I can't recall if anyone else went there. Paul's prediction is 4-3 Australia. That'd be an epic one. That'd be an epic. Same scoreline when we played them last time, 4-3, except it was the way of Ecuador. Stephanie also saying 3-2 Australia. Thanks for tuning in, Stephanie. Ecuador content just to knock it around the back so far. I'm a fan of this score prediction from Lucas. It says 2-0 Australia. 2-0. 2-0. Clean sheet would be nice. Clean sheet would be nice for this backline that performed so admirably in the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Five minutes into the game now. 5 minutes on my stream. Wayward pass from Sutar. Picked off in midfield. Australia yet to really sort of settle into this game just yet. Hopefully that doesn't last too long. But structurally, Socceroos is looking pretty good at the moment. Ecuador unable to break him down. Down the left, though, there's some space here for Ecuador and Deganek. They're still going. Australia deal with it. Decent run down the left-hand side by Estupinian for Ecuador, and now there could be a counter-attack on here. Mobile down the right. Chance for Australia to push. Jamie asks, can anyone tell me why Moy isn't playing? No Aaron Moy tonight due to injury. He has remained in Scotland with Celtic. He is out through injury, which is a big loss for Australia. Obviously, Moy was fantastic in Socceroos World Cup campaign last year. No Aaron Moy tonight, though. No Aaron Moy. Finally, Australia making their way up the other end of the pitch for the first time tonight. Bit of a slow start, but I guess that's to be expected. This is the first time these teams are playing a match in some time. 7 minutes now into this game. 7 minutes have ticked past. Australia 0, Ecuador 0. Stegenek loses possession. Couple wayward passes, lazy touches here early on. Could just put it down to nerves. But it does look like a really strong crowd here at Combank Stadium. Attendance predictions. Drop them in the chat. Crowd predictions. Let us know. Let's go. How much does the stadium hold? 30,000? Let's go 24,500. 24,512. There you go. 24,512. I'll be bang on. Foul. Interesting call. Bacchus getting himself involved early here. There was more of a coming together. I'm not sure if that was a foul. Michael's in the chat. How's it going? Says, how are you watching the game? Game is available to watch on Paramount Plus, Channel 10 or 10 Play in Australia. That's right. The Brighton fans currently on the broadcast. A couple of Brighton players playing tonight. And former Brighton players, of course, Moises Caicedo, Estupiñán, Matty Ryan, of course, former Brighton goalkeeper. Set piece for Ecuador. Headed clear. Still on. It's out of play. Socceroos throw. For those in Australia, you can watch on Paramount Plus or 10 Play. Thanks, Jamie, for mentioning that in the chat. Interesting start to this game. Ecuador probably the more positive of the two sides so far. Estupiñán had a decent break down the left-hand side a few moments ago. Ball comes in here. Chance. That wasn't offside. Good chance there for Ecuador. Matty Ryan saves it quite easily, but Ecuador looking dangerous early on in this game as we've ticked past 10 minutes now into this match. Australia yet to fashion a chance on goal. Close indeed. Close indeed for Ecuador early on. Couple chances. Are you planning on coming down here to Melbourne later this year for the Australia-England game? Would love to get down to Melbourne sometime. I've actually never been. Never been. Right, Australia with a chance to build something here. Pushing into the opposition's half. No foul? Foul indeed. Foul indeed. Free kick here for Australia in a promising position. As we see the replay of this Ecuador chance. Caicedo, really well done to cut in there in the header. That was dangerous. I didn't think much of it at the time because I thought it was offside. But there was a really nice piece of play there from Premier League player Caicedo. And then chance for Australia. Nabil just getting tackled off the ball. But we have a free kick now. Here we go. Jamie says, I'm seeing a lot of Subway ads on the side. It's making me hungry. Subway Socceroos. Subway Socceroos. Delivery. Decent from Goodwin. It's in. 1-0 Socceroos. It's Duke. It had to be Duke. Fantastic. Australia in front against the run of play early on here. It's 1-0 Mitch Duke. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. Get in there, lads, indeed. Oh, was it offside? Oh, the knockback. Fantastic. Or was it not Duke? Was it Irvine? Was it Duke who got the knockback? It was Duke who got the knockback. Was it Irvine that put it in? Who scored? It was Irvine. It was Irvine, says Jamie. Jackson Irvine with a goal. Thank you for the correction. Irvine goal, Duke assist. Australia up 1-0, 13 minutes into this game. Beautiful. Well, after Ecuador had a couple early chances there, Australia opened the scoring. Brilliant start. It's Mitch Duke setting up for Jackson Irvine. And Irvine gets a rare Socceroos goal, of course, scored in the playoff match against the UAE in the middle of last year. That was his last goal for Australia. 8th goal. Is that right, Lucas? 8th goal for Jackson Irvine. Is that right? Australia 1. Ecuador 0. Great start for the Aussies. We are just past 14 minutes into this game. There you go. 8th goal for Jackson Irvine in his Socceroos career. Positive start for Australia. Ecuador with the long ball. Decent chance. Just wide. Dude, what a chance. That was a great opportunity. Ecuador getting in behind there. As we see a replay of this goal. Dude, it did look offside. Oh, had it have been the World Cup, had it have been a competitive match, that would have been ruled off for offside for sure. Duke. Of course, this game's just a friendly. But that goal would have been ruled out for sure, right? Duke looked offside for sure. Oh, Jessica, good question. Who's your favorite starting player in the starting 11? It's Goodwin for me. I'm a big Craig Goodwin fan. Harry Suter. We love big Harry Suter at the back. Favorite player on the pitch right now. But as Australia moving forward down here, slowing things up and going back. Slow build up here for the Socceroos, who can now control this game, knowing that they've got a 1-goal lead. Possession stats on the broadcast, 49 Australia, 51 Ecuador. Balancing out a little bit now after Ecuador dominated the opening passages of the game. Ecuador looking to get down the left-hand side. Important that Australia just keep their concentration here. Don't want to concede early on. And over the top, they're in. Offside. Flags up. Flags up. My broadcast here at 16 minutes and 30 seconds right now. 16 minutes and 30 seconds. This game is available to watch on Paramount Plus, 10 Play, and Channel 10 in Australia. Oh, good question from Fortnite here. And feel free to jump in the chat and answer this one. Fortnite asks, who do you think is the most underrated player in the current Socceroos squad? Good question. Who do I think is the most underrated player in the Socceroos squad? What do you guys think? Jump down in the chat. Let me know right now. Who do you think is the most underrated player in the current Socceroos squad? Look, I feel like going for someone like Aziz Bayic. I mean, he was fantastic at last year's World Cup, and he doesn't get looked at that often. He doesn't get highlighted often. Aziz Bayic, I think, is very underrated. I like to think that Kai Rolls is overrated too. Underrated. Underrated. Lucas says Lecky. I don't know if he's underrated. I mean, he's good. He's very good, but I feel like he's been one of the Socceroos stars for a number of years now. Similar thing with Ryan. Similar thing with Matty Ryan. I consider him to be one of the top players. Axel says Mabil 100%. In my opinion, he doesn't get enough credit. It's a fair shout as well, I guess. Dingo just earlier on says O'Neill most underrated. Probably could say that. I mean, he's a new boy to the Socceroos squad now. O'Neill. Duke. Tan says Duke is underrated. Probably before the World Cup, people were maybe questioning his selection. But he's been great. Ooh, now he's an interesting one. All right, okay, jump in the chat for this one. Lucas asks who is the most overrated in your opinion in this current Socceroos squad. Oh, I hate answering that because look, all these players played so well in last year's World Cup. But if there's a player that had to be overrated, oh man, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. What do you guys think? Is Paula saying Duke to overrated? Jamie says Qual to overrated. Australia looking to break down here. We're going to come back to that question because it's Mabil who's inside. Chance. Almost falling to an Australian shirt. Yes, it's still in possession. Edge of the box. Left-hand side now. We're going to come back to that question because Australia are on the attack. Low ball. Dealt with by Ecuador. Dinga says overrated is Tilio. And Mabil. We've got a couple of Mabils in here. Interesting. It's hard to say. Honestly, after last year's World Cup, they all perform so well. There we go. Jamie's saying it's on 10 Bold Australia for those that want to watch on free to wear in Australia. 10 Bold. $26 people in the chat. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. We've been going for just over an hour now. Australia versus Ecuador. International friendly. First of two friendlies. The next one happening on Tuesday night, which we'll be doing a live watch along for as well. Thanks for the compliment, Nick, in the chat. How's it going? It says nice hairstyle. That's a don't often get that one, but appreciate the compliment. Good question. Paula asks, how do you feel after we got knocked out in the World Cup? Proud. Like obviously it was heartbreaking, but after overachieving, just proud of the team. Fantastic performance overall. Jamie says, I'll try to watch on Tuesday. Would love to see you there, man. Ecuador coming forward here in the box. Keep an eye on the Coast Watch Football YouTube channel. Next Tuesday, we'll be doing a live watch along for the second game, which is taking place at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne. It's been a while since we've seen a football game played there. And by football game, I mean the round ball game. Lockie, will you be doing live streams during the Women's World Cup? Asks Julian. Sure, will be. Definitely keen to do some content, especially around the Matildas, of course, the Women's World Cup taking place in a few months' time in Australia, as we have the first yellow card of the games, as is Bayic. Fouling an Ecuador player just outside the box. Fair decision, man. Ecuador with a chance here from the free kick. Harry Suter. Not marking anyone, Harry Suter. Notice how Harry Suter is just standing just a few meters ahead of Matty Ryan, almost as like as a block for Matty, a protection, a barrier. But Harry Suter just standing by himself. Keanu Bacchus marking Premier League player Moises Caicedo. Keanu Bacchus, a couple of really good appearances in last year's World Cup. Chance for Ecuador here. Low strike, off the wall, still on for Ecuador. Ball comes in. That's 1-1. Ecuador equalize. Disappointing to concede on the second phase of a set piece, but it is 1-1. You have to see the replay of that one. Who was to blame? Man. Big Ari Suter. Where was he? We were talking about him just before. So they play it forward, do they? Cross comes in. Oh, man. Like 2 players up for it. There were 2 Aussies up for it. How do we miss it? No, Harry Suter wasn't there. It was Irvine, and is that Bacchus too? Or is that Deganek? Sorry. It was Deganek. Irvine and Deganek going up for it and just got beaten to it. To be fair, that was a marvelous cross, man. That was a great cross. That was a great cross. But it is 1-1. 1-1. In the 23rd minute, Torres scoring for Ecuador. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game on our hands. And the prediction we were saying before, prediction 3-2. Someone said, I think it was Paul, said 4-3. Couple high scoring predictions coming in. It's on. It's on. We had a good question earlier. I just got to find it so I can whack it up. Here it is from Fortnite. Asks, what's your ultimate Socceroos five-a-side team? Tim Cahill. Okay, now let's go. Mark Schwarzer at the back in goals, obviously. In defense, let's go Harry Suter. Why not? And then in midfield, 2 midfielders, Mile Jedinak and Harry Kuehl. Up front, Tim Cahill. That's my five-a-side Socceroos. Schwarzer, Suter, Jedinak, Kuehl, Cahill. That's 5, right? Yeah. That's 5. What about you guys? Drop your five-a-side, all-time Socceroos five-a-side team in the chat. What's your ultimate Socceroos five-a-side team? Schwarzer, Suter, Jedinak, Kuehl, Cahill. Oh, here we go. Jamie, I just missed yours. Jamie has already answered this one, saying goalkeeper Ryan, Suter, Cahill, Jedinak, Kuehl. So almost the same as mine, except for the goalkeeper. Sub is Moy. There you go. Ecuador controlling possession now after equalising. They'll be happy with that. On the balance of play, Australia probably lucky to be level at the moment. It's been Ecuador has probably been the better of the 2 sides so far, just as there is an Ecuador player down with injury, it looks like. Injury. Lucas asks, all-time five-a-side team. Let's Let's keep it to A-League players. A-League players. Eugene Galakovic in goals. Patrick Zwanswijk in defense. 2 midfielders, Thomas Broich and Milos Ninkovic. Up top, Besart Berisha. There you go. Surely that's like an all-time greatest A-League five-a-side team, right? Surely. Did I miss anyone? Patrick Zwanswijk. Surely Zwanswijk is up there as one of the best A-League defenders of all time. What's your favorite team in the A-League? Let's see. Can you see? Where is it? If you can see, just down in the bottom right-hand corner. Got my Mariners scarf and cap hanging up. Mariners, Central Coast Mariners. Central Coast Mariners. Hence the name Coast Watch Football. CCM indeed. Looks like it's going to be a change here for Ecuador. Sarmiento coming off for Ecuador. Disappointed to pick up an injury in a friendly game. Or in any game for that matter, of course. Ecuador content just to slow things down. Play it chill, play it safe. $20 people in the live stream. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Oh, that was a close offside call. That was close. That was probably just on, I reckon. Interesting question from Jamie. What are your thoughts on both of Glorious Williams? Both have been having a pretty decent season. David Williams has bagged a couple goals and has been playing well considering the fact that he's a bit of an older player. And Ryan Williams has been all right too. A couple goals for him too, right? Ryan Williams has been playing a lot of games. Probably not having the season that he would have hoped for. Probably was hoping for a bigger impact. But both have been decent. Both have been decent. Matt says, I hope Mariners are over Wanderers in the table soon. Dude, it's been close, especially when you look at those two sides. Mariners and Wanderers have been neck and neck for basically the whole season. And it's been tight both ways with both teams have played each other 3 times now this season. 1 win Mariners, 1 win Wanderers, and a draw. So it's been very even. Mariners and Wanderers could face each other in the finals too, as we pass the half an hour mark in this game. Australia won. Ecuador won. Lucas coming in with his all-time A-League five-a-side squad. Here we go. Andrew Redmayne, Reece Williams, Daryl Latchman, Diamante, and Diego Castro. And Cahill. Very much a... is that 6 players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say 6 aside. 6 aside team. Very, very Perth Glory flavour to that team, that's for sure. Matthew's in here. How's it going, Matthew? Says, hey, Lockie, good to see you back on YouTube. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Good to be back. Chance here for Australia. Here we go. Mobile, what a strike. 2-1. Awa Mobile, let's go. Oh, we love it. We love it when Awa Mobile scores, man. Australia are back in front. Fantastic pressure up the field. There we go. Yes, mate, indeed. It's a Mobile goal. The celebration. The big smile on the face of Awa Mobile, who's wearing the number 11. Look at the pressure applied. Look at Awa Mobile just going for it. Fantastic. It was Jackson Irvine who poked it away from the defender. And there is Awa Mobile to strike it home. 2-1. What a finish. What a finish. Smashed it in indeed. Indeed, Matt. 150 km per hour, says Jamie. Fantastic from Awa Mobile. It's 2-1 Australia. That had man, what a goal. Subscribed and liked, says Nick. Thanks for subscribing and liking, Nick. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. That's right, Lucas. Says needs FIFA hyper motion to see how fast that went in. It was quite a powerful shot. Keanu, dude, look at the face on Keanu Backus. He couldn't believe that decision. We've got another entry here for an Aussie five-a-side. Schwarzer, Suter, Jedinak, Cahill, and Viduka. That's a fair shout as well. Forgot about Mark Viduka. Two 2-1 Australia. 35 minutes into the game. Ecuador looking for these sneaky long balls. I don't know whether they're trying to catch out our backline for pace, but it's not working so far, especially when you got big Harry Suter at the back. Axel saying there's a rumor that Arsenal potentially coming back to Australia. Would love to see that. Premier League team Arsenal having a great season at the moment in the English Premier League. Would be great to see them down under. Would love to see them take on an A-League club, man. We saw Manchester United take on Melbourne Victory last preseason. Australia in the box again. Great chance. Great save. Great save. Mitch Duke. Duke with the chance. Matt James is dropping the fire emojis on Duke. Australia's attack looking promising now. Already 2 goals this half. Our 3-2 prediction is still on, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget my tennis prediction was 2,000. What did I say? 24,512. We're sticking with that. We're sticking with that. Australia piling on the pressure here. Look at them just wanting to win the ball. Wanting to win the ball high at the park. Pressure's relieved now with a free kick. Fortnite asks an interesting question regarding Melbourne Victory. Do you think Nani will stick around next season? Bit unfair that he's just living it up instead of supporting the Victory. Would have loved to see Nani stick around and in a leadership, coaching or almost like a coaching sort of role while he's injured for Melbourne Victory, especially considering how much they're struggling at the moment. Do I think he'll stick around? I can't see it happening. Just with the pattern of Sturridge and Charlie Austin of late, it'd be great, but I don't know. I can't see it happening, unfortunately. Dingo, of course, to say Nani was on a 2-year deal, but you never know. Luke is coming in with a 18K attendance estimate for me. You could be on the money there, Lucas. You could be right. You could be right. I think it might be a little bit more. I'd like to think it's over 20K. Look, there are a number of empty seats there, but it is plenty of green and gold, that's for sure. Offside call stats on the broadcast. None for Australia, 4 for Ecuador, which goes to show Ecuador really trying to play those long balls, trying to get in behind the Australian back line. So far, the Aussies doing all right at catching him out. Mabil down the right-hand side. Early cross. Interesting decision. Chance here for Australia. Irvine. Goodwin. Duke is down, so we don't have the focal point in the middle. It's going to fall out here for O'Neill to hit. Oh, dude, imagine if he scored that. Aiden O'Neill, long range. That was a great chance. If Duke was up, we would have gotten that. Imagine scoring a goal like that on debut. We saw Aiden O'Neill do it the other day for Melbourne City against Brisbane, wasn't it? If the A-League All-Stars had a team, what would it be? Asked Lucas. Ooh, it's a big one. Let's throw some names in the chat. Throw some names in the chat. Who would be in an A-League All-Stars team for this season? Cummings, McLaren, Marcelo, Brandon Barello. Julian says Ben Garuccio. Andrew Redmayne. And yeah, Andrew Redmayne could be a keeper for an All-Stars team. Plenty of I always like to think the All-Stars team aren't necessarily the best A-League team, but sort of the star players. I mean, it is hence the name All-Stars, right? All-Stars. Jamie says Cummings. Julian coming in with the West United selections, and another one here, Risdon. Axel says Lawrence Thomas for sure. Could definitely see Lawrence Thomas in there. Free kick for Ecuador. Long range free kick. Here we go, Ecuador, with the chance to equalize for the second time this match. From a decent way out. That's a good delivery. Ryan's had to save that. Well done, Matty Ryan. Simple question, non-football related question. I don't mind it though. Lucas asked, what's your favorite food? Easy, chocolate. See you later. Chocolate. It's a basic answer, but I was literally having some chocolate like an hour or so ago. And it's just great. Chocolate's just great. Had a burrito for lunch today. That was good fun too. Chance here for Australia. Play goes down. No free kick. No, we got it. We got it. As is Bajic. Is he looking for that yellow card? He got booked moments ago. He's asking for it. Look, he's asking for it. He's like, I got booked the other end for a similar foul. Free kick. All right. Australia. Mobile and Goodwin. Two former Adelaide United teammates over this ball. Where's Big Harry Sutar? Could Kai Rolls sneak it in? Mitch Duke flicking his head on it as he did in the World Cup against Tunisia. Looks like it's going to be Mobile's right foot. Would he? He might go for goal here. He might go for goal here, Mobile. Push and shove in the box. Mobile. Here we go. Delivers. Chance. Oh, cleared. Good chance, Australia. Still on for the Socceroos down the left. Nice little play. Mobile. Mobile's been good this first half, man. Delivery's a dangerous one, but it doesn't find a green and gold shirt. Ecuador can break away here. Sutar with the foul on Caicedo. Two Premier League players there. Hey, two Premier League players coming up against each other. Harry Sutar from Leicester City, Moises Caicedo from Brighton and Hove Albion. Good question here. Most underrated A-League player as Ecuador take a free kick. Most underrated A-League player. Good question. Let me come back to Keegan Jelicic. There you go, from Perth Glory. Keegan Jelicic, fantastic. He's having a great season. Dingo says Van de Ven, good shout as well. Van de Ven's very good. Or O'Shea. I feel like O'Shea's past the underrated label now. He's been around for a while. And he's definitely regarded as Brisbane's best player and has been for the last few years now. Was an A-League All-Star last year too. I don't think he can be underrated if you're an All-Star, right? I feel like that should be the the line. A free kick for Ecuador didn't work out. Australia got possession back as we get closer and closer till half-time here. Make sure in the chat at half-time, we're talking all things A-League, Socceroos, and much more. Chance for a break down the right-hand side, Mobile. Oh, I like the idea. He was looking for Craig Goodwin. Out on the left, it was cut out. This has been an intense game. As it's worn on, this half has gotten more and more exciting, and so it's already started to open up a little bit. Miloš Steganek with a throw here. Australia would love a third goal before half-time to really head into the sheds with a good lead. Dude, decent throw from Steganek. That was got some distance on that. Miloš Steganek with the long throw. It's going to be a foul here. Ecuador free kick. This is a positive result for Australia to take into half-time if they can maintain this lead. Build from here. Got some exciting plays that they can bring on, especially in a winning position too. Paula just subbed. Thanks for subscribing, Paula. Appreciate it. Oh, good comment coming in here from Matthew. I'm seeing in the chat. We'll talk about that at halftime. I'm gonna bookmark that, Matthew, and we're gonna come back to that. Matthew talking about some A-League transfer rumors regarding some coaches. So Matthew, I'll make sure to come back to that in a couple of minutes as we enter halftime. Australia 2, Ecuador 1. Feel free to drop your questions or any discussion topics in the chat right now, and I'll make sure to bookmark it. We can talk about it in a few moments as we have 2 minutes of injury time. Jamie as well. Thanks for the like and the sub, mate. Appreciate it. Very kind. Ecuador in the penalty area. Doesn't turn into anything. Keanu Bacchus has worked very hard this first half. Look at him, man. He looks spent already. Putting his heart on the line. Always been a hard-working player. Keanu Bacchus. The Western Sydney Wanderer. Former Western Sydney Wanderer, I should say. Now applying his trade in Scotland. Almost half-time here at Comex Stadium. Australia 1, Ecuador. Sorry, Australia 2, Ecuador 1. Our prediction of 3-2 is still on. It's going to happen. 3-2. 3-2. Aaron Kuna to come off the bench in the second half and grab a goal. Chance for Ecuador here. Down the left-hand side. Dude, that was a dangerous ball. Luckily, the deflection falls into the arms of Ryan quite easily. Looks like Australia are going to take a lead into halftime here, 2-1. Jackson Irvine and Mobile. Positive half overall for the Socceroos. It's been pretty even, though, you've got to say. Ecuador looking to score late here in this first half. Chance. Away by Mobile. Surely that's the whistle. Feel free to jump in the chat. Get your questions in. Get your topics in the chat, we're going to be talking throughout halftime, as it is halftime of this game, Australia 2, Ecuador 1. What's going on? We're going to talk about this first one from Matthew, who brings up something quite interesting here. Lockie says, Lockie, a lot of transfer rumours for next season. Apparently, Ufuk Talay rumoured to Victory, Muscat rumoured to Swansea. Swansea, of course, in the English Premier League. And the rumours on replacement for Nick Green at the Roar. What do you think? The Ufuk Talay to Victory one is one I can see happening. I'm still of the stance that I think Muscat should, that Popovic should stay at Melbourne Victory, even if Victory have a poor season, even if Victory do finish last. I still think Popovic is the right man to continue to lead Melbourne Victory. He won't let them finish outside of the top 6 for 2 seasons in a row. I don't think so. But look, if they do want to bring in someone else, Ufuk Talay is a fantastic replacement. We've seen what Talay has done with limited resources at Wellington Phoenix. It's really exciting. I think Victory fans would be excited in terms of what Talay could do with a star-studded Victory squad. In regards to the Muscat to Swansea one, would be a great move. Another massive move for an Australian manager. We'd love to see it. And in regards to Nick Green at Raw, I mean, he's got a 100% record at home, doesn't he? Brisbane have won their 2 home games. Brisbane have won their 2 home games under Nick Green so far. So there you go. What else is going on here? Dingo says, bring on Boss and or Atkinson. Would love to see Boss get a run. Would love to see Geordie Boss get a run. I see Iggy in the chat. How's it going, mate? Good to see you, Iggy. Ooh, what is the all-time best Australia kit? Good question. I think the current one's pretty cool. I love the 2010 World Cup kit. The one that had the shirt was gold, but it had like that green strip at the top. The green strip at the top and the sleeves, I think, and like that, and then like a thin white strip. That one was dope. That one was really cool. That was 2010, wasn't it? Yeah, it was for sure. South Africa. I was trying to remember what our 2014 kit was like that. No, that was Russia, the all gold one. 2018. What was that? 2014. Oh no, 2014 was just that simple one. The green and gold shorts, gold shirt, green shorts with that collar, right? Yeah. I'm trying to remember our kits. Aaron Kunda. Yeah, let's make it happen. Aaron Kunda and Boss. Indeed. Yeah, I'm going to say subs for second half. Oh, look, I'd love to just see all the new guys get a run, right? I mean, Boss, Aaron Kunda, Robertson. Who else? Yeah, man. Just those guys. I just want to see the new guys. Like, I'm sure some other players will get a run. Cummings, maybe as well. Iggy says Aaron Kunda hat-trick incoming. Would love to see it. Lucas in the chat says, my favorite Australian kits have to be 2006 and 1999. I can't recall the 1999 kit off the top of my head, that's for sure. I was a wee bub at that stage. 2006 was a great kit. That's like the quintessential Socceroos kit. That was a classic kit. That was the first World Cup I followed, 2006. Let me know in the chat, what was the first World Cup you followed? Be a good indication in terms of the age demographic in the chat right now. Let me know, what was the first World Cup you followed? For me, it was 2006, Germany. Let me know. I'm curious to hear. No, Jamie, I don't like this question. Jamie asked if you could get rid of one A-League team, who would it be? I refuse to answer. I'm very much pro. I know MacArthur and Western get a lot of banter. I'm very much pro keeping the current teams in the A-League. The A-League has already gotten rid of too many teams. It's not healthy for the league, so I'm going to choose not to answer that. Anyway, what first World Cup do you follow? 2018. There you go, Lucas. Wow, 2018. 2018. KFI says 2010. That was a great World Cup. Tanley's first World Cup was 2010 as well. Lucas says 2014, but I watch a lot of old World Cup games. That's cool. That must be good. Going back and checking out the old stuff as well. Newy Jets, have you seen my content lately? Yeah, man, I've been seeing it. It's looking good. Doing really well with the interviews at the moment. Keep it up, Newy Jets. Another 2010. 2010. Okay, so most people a bit more recent. In terms of their first World Cup. Tan's favorite is the 2012 away kit. I can't recall that one. I'll have to look these up, man. I'm not good with years. I'll see the kits and recognize it, but I'm not good with putting them down to years. Paul's first World Cup was 2006 as well. Matthew asked Lockie any insights on rumors surrounding Mariners squad with transfers a couple in January. I have nothing for you. I haven't heard anything. Haven't seen anything online. Interesting one, Jamie. Doing some matchups here. Cahill or Kuhl? I'm going to go Cahill. Moy or Jedinak? Jedinak. Ryan and Schwarzer is a close one, but I'm going to go Schwarzer. Schwarzer. Who do you think is the GOAT of the A-League? Thomas Bruich. See you later. Easy question. Easy question. That's been the easiest question tonight. Thomas Bruich. Thomas Bruich is the GOAT of the A-League. The current GOAT of the A-League is Craig Goodwin. There you go. Another 2010. Okay, so only a couple people's first World Cup was so very much a younger audience. So a lot of people's first World Cup was 2010. They're saying. Interesting. They're showing currently the broadcast. They're showing the list of substitutes here. Atkinson, Deng, Tilio, Metcalf, Wright, Cummings, Borello, Irankunda. McGree's there, but I'm pretty sure he's injured. Devlin, Kowal, Boss, and Robertson. Plenty of exciting names there. Could get a run. Okay, Fast says Cummings is the GOAT. Lucas says the GOAT of the A-League is Ryan Grant. Maybe a Sydney FC GOAT. He's one of, to be fair, I mean, Ryan Grant's probably one of the best right backs in A-League history. Yeah, surely. Oh, this is an easy question. On your screens right now. Jamie asks, biggest disappointment in the A-League? Unfortunately, Daniel Sturridge. Only played a couple of games, didn't score a goal. Injured for most of the time here. Here's an interesting one. We can talk about this. This is relevant to the game tonight. Lucas asks, what are your thoughts on Alex Robertson, the Man City player? Of course, Alex Robertson on the bench tonight for Australia. I am excited to see him play. I haven't seen him play before. Obviously, he's had a couple bench appearances. He's been named on the bench for a couple Man City games. Featured in a friendly match for Man City's first team during World Cup break. He's a player that I can't wait to see just because we hear exciting things from him. He's featured in the youth lineups for England. And now he sounds like he's really committing himself to Australia, which is exciting. His father and grandfather played for Australia, and excited to see what he can bring. He's a midfielder, plays like a number 8 or a number 10, and we're excited to see what Robertson can do. So hopefully we see him. In on the field in the second half. I do indeed remember Diego Castro from Glory. It wasn't that long ago, was it? A couple of years ago now. Diego Castro. 2 years ago, wasn't it, that he left? I remember last season they really missed him. They failed to replace Diego Castro and that was one of Glory's downfalls. They got rid of Diego Castro to bring in Daniel Sturridge, basically, and that turned out to be a disaster. Ooh, good question. This is a good question. Feel free to answer this in the chat. Who's your future GOAT for the Socceroos? Ooh, future GOAT. Garen Kowal. Garen Kowal. I might be biased because I'm a Mariners fan, but I'd love to think that Garen Kowal will tear it up for green and gold for years to come, man. Garen Kowal. Okay, fast as next proper game, we go to Cap Robertson. That's right. That is the rule, isn't it? And someone clarify me in the chat. Someone clarify me in the chat if I'm wrong, but he has to be capped in a competitive game to be committed to Australia, right? Lucas, thanks for tuning in, man. I'll catch you around. Boss, potentially a future GOAT for Socceroos. Julian, it's a good question. Says go through all the A-League sides and say one player each club could sign realistically for next season. It's a tricky one though, just because in the A-League the players who get brought in are just we never hear of them. So it's a hard one to say, but I'd love to see some players who are maybe coming to the end of their careers in Europe. Some star players come over. Who are some marquees that you guys would love to see in the A-League? Let me know. Realistic marquees. Realistic. We got Nani. In recent, I mean, we've attracted Nani. We attracted Daniel Sturridge. Yes, they didn't work out, but there's big names coming to the A-League. That's for sure. There's big names. Well, there you go. Thanks, KFR, for the confirmation. Friendlies don't count. Cummings played a friendly for Scotland. There you go. I actually didn't know that. Cummings played as friendly for Scotland. Tan would love to see Luis Suarez in the A-League. That would be awesome. That would be exciting. Julian says, I'd love to see Juan Mata, former Chelsea and Manchester United star, to replace Diamante if he retires. That would be awesome. That would be cool. He's a class player. We've got another call for Luis Suarez as well. But yeah, Juan Mata, I could definitely see him playing in the A-League, man. I could definitely see that. Where is he now? I actually couldn't tell you where Juan Mata is playing now. Where is he playing now? Someone let me know. I couldn't tell you. Is he playing somewhere in Spain or something? Where is Juan Mata playing now? Someone who's going to be the first to get to that. Oh, imagine that. Gigi Buffon. Gigi Buffon to the A-League. That'd be awesome. I like this one. I mean, we're all saying this, aren't we? I mean, for Auckland, if they do indeed enjoying the A-League in a couple of years' time, Chris Wood for Marquee. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? That would be awesome. Galatasaray in Turkey, says Jamie. Juan Mata at Galatasaray. There you go. Julian says, I'm wondering who will replace Privic for next season. Well, look, Noah Bodic, who has been secured to a long-term contract, hasn't he, right? Noah Bodic could be the replacement for Privic. He could be the star striker for Western United now. So that might be the go. And I think that would be great. That would be a great move. You know, they don't necessarily have to bring someone else in. They can strengthen elsewhere on the park. And Noah Bodic, who's been great of late. Yeah, man. He's had a bit of a quieter season this season, hasn't he? Alexander Privic. Not scoring as many goals as last year, hey? He missed some football at the start of the season, though, didn't he, Privic? Teams coming back out for the second half here. Let's see if we have any changes. Jackson Irvine worked hard in that first half alongside his midfield teammates, Aidan O'Neill, who looked at home in midfield, man. He looked decent. Keanu Bacchus worked very hard also. Second half about to get underway here. Keep it up for the subs. The second half is going to be all about the subs and also holding on to this lead. Australia 2, Ecuador 1. Guys, thanks so much for watching this live stream so far. We're an hour and 45 minutes in. 21 people in the chat. Hit like if you've enjoyed so far. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. We are underway. Second half. Australia v Ecuador. Long ball down the left early on. And that's going to be is that a corner? Throw in. Throw in. Here we go. No subs. No subs at halftime. Same lineup for Australia, as it does appear to be for Ecuador as well. That is indeed true. KFR Sutan Cummings have gotten further in the World Cup than any other Scottish player. Very true. Very true. Socceroos applying the pressure early in the second half. Good to see. Want to maintain that good energy. Third goal here would be very nice. Would be very welcome. When do you think we're going to see the first substitutions? 55th minute. Calling it now. 55th minute. Surely Iran Kunda, right? Gotta see Iran Kunda. Nice passage of play down the right-hand side. That was beautiful from Australia. It's Mobile delivering. Can't find a Socceroo. In attack, we're looking good, man. Mobile's been very good tonight. Really lively. Duke's getting involved. That's what I like. What Duke brings that, man. Duke brings that when he plays. He's just so active. Loves to get involved. Whereas someone like maybe Jamie McLaren, who obviously has been selected in the squad, Jamie McLaren doesn't quite get involved too much. Likes his tap-ins. How many subs are allowed? I believe it's unlimited. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Could be 5. Someone clarify in the chat if you know. But for friendlies, I thought it was as many as you like. It could just be 5 though. KFR, I just missed this comment from a few moments ago. He asked, who do you see as the future front striker for the 2026 World Cup, since Duke and McLaren will be too old by then? Probably true. They probably will be. I mean, who knows? They could still be in contention. Ecuador coming forward here. That's gone out of play. Golf kick. Probably Cummings. I mean, how old will Jason Cummings be there? 31? 30? 31? Jason Cummings could still be in contention. But look, it could be a Kowal. Could be a Kowal. Could be someone like a Cassini Yengi. Gonna throw him out there. Who else could be in there? Yeah, it could be a Kowal. Alawar Garang. But I think Cummings is a fair shout. If he keeps up in his good form. He'll be promoted to the EPL next season. He'll be relegated. I'm going to go with those picks, man. Palace, Wolves, West Ham. Probably Southampton as well in there, right? Probably Southampton to go down. Burnley, Sheffield, Blackburn to go up. Could see that happening too. 2 Rays as well. Good shout. Good shout. Yeah, one of the 2 Rays. Probably Mo Toure. Ecuador looking to get down that left-hand side again. Taking X spin under fire. It's almost like they're targeting that wing specifically. Oh, interesting question here from Jamie. Prime Harry Kuehl or future Qual? It's hard to say, obviously, but you're probably going to go prime Harry Kuehl, right? Prime Harry Kuehl. I mean, to pick future Kowal would suggest that Kowal would be playing in the Premier League one day, which isn't a stretch. I mean, he's been signed by a Premier League club. Counter-attack on here for Australia. My stream it at 50 minutes exactly right now. 50 minutes of my stream as Australia come down the right-hand side. Dealt with. Prime Cahill or Prime Kuehl? Cahill. I'm a big Tim Cahill fan. I was about to say Harry Cahill then. Tim Kuehl. Harry Cahill, Tim Kuehl. Graham Arnold, surely starting to think of some substitutes at this stage. As we see a replay of that counter-attacking move. Craig Goodwin, fantastic. Look at that long ball. To find Duke on the right wing. What a star, Craig Goodwin. Well and truly cemented his spot as a starting Socceroos player, you'd think, hey. I remember, was it January last year in that game against Vietnam where he scored his first Socceroos goal? He came off the bench. He's even come so far in the past year, Craig Goodwin. Scoring in the World Cup for Australia. Decent delivery. It's headed away only as far as Caicedo for Ecuador. Good strike. That's a good save, Ryan. Good power on that one. This game is still finely balanced. Australia with the advantage, but only just holding on to it. Defensively have been pretty sound, obviously apart from the goal mix up at the back. Chance for Bage to get forward down the left here for Australia. Slowing things down. Interesting. Australia not too motivated to commit too many numbers forward in attack. Look at this move down the right-hand side. Mobile. Oh, he's gone down. And is hurt. Hey, Mobile. Let's hope he's okay. Here's the replay. There was an initial foul on Duke who went down. Advantage was played. Did he get trotted on there? Did Mobile get trotted on? It was hard to see. Did he? It didn't even look like he got trotted on. I don't know, unless I missed it. Man. What club do you support? Take a look down the right-hand side, bottom right-hand corner. Central Coast Mariners. Central Coast Mariners. Free kick here for Australia. Delivery from Goodwin is uncharacteristic. Very poor from Goodwin. That was a weird set piece setup they had there, though. Goodwin went to run away from it, then came back to take it. Let's see these subs. Let's see these subs, man. Let's get them. Let's get them on. Love how Duke holds up play. Yep. Another fantastic element to his game too. I mean, he's got great physicality. Strong on the ball. Able to get his teammates into the game. And at the moment, probably Australia's best striker. You know, I recall seeing Duke coming through at the Mariners 10 years ago. Under Graham Arnold as well. Won a championship with Central Coast back in 2013. Such a promising young striker at the time. Now look at him. Repping the green and gold starting up top. Be interesting to see what changes Arnold makes early on here. A lot of these players have worked hard, man, especially these midfielders. Backers has worked his socks off. O'Neill has been solid in his Socceroos debut as well. Well done. Well done with that shape there. Backers just holding his own, winning the foul. Ooh, interesting one, Jamie. Central Coast Mariners win the A-League or the AFC Cup? I mean, obviously the Asian Champions League would be awesome, but I don't know, man. An A-League win would be special. I mean, we know how massive the Asian Champions League is, but in Australia, it just feels like the A-League is a bit more relevant, you know? So probably the A-League, right? Probably the A-League. This is an interesting one. Australia to win the Asian Cup or Central Coast Mariners to win the A-League? Mariners to win the A-League. Mariners to win the A-League. Just because I think Australia winning the Asian Cup is like a decent chance of happening, you know? Like they're probably up there. They should be, you know, coming in the semi-finals. Whereas Mariners winning the A-League is not as straightforward as it sounds. Here we go. We've got a shot of the subs warming up. There's Metcalf, Robertson, Kunda, Barillo. All these guys want to run. Chance for Australia. Here we go. Oh, pen for sure. Is it offside? It's offside. Oh, what a chance, dude. Irvine went down. Flag goes up. Here's the replay. Was he offside? Or no, he wasn't. He was just on. Oh, dude, it was close, actually. Oh, my goodness. What is he thinking? What is the Ecuadorian defender thinking there, though? Just bring. Irvine's about to score. He just brings him down. Oh, my goodness. That's right. That's right. No VAR. No VAR tonight in these friendlies. No VAR. Australia's first goal probably would have been ruled out if we did have VAR. Duke looked offside in that set piece. Ecuador attacking down the right-hand side now. Decent delivery. Still on. Corner for Ecuador. All right. Got to stay strong defensively. Ecuadorian fans out in their numbers, man. Look at that. Filling up the bays. Is that there you go. First corner for the night. Is that right? Wow. Stats on the broadcast. First corner for the night. I thought we had a couple already. We've had a number of free kicks. Both teams have had a number of free kicks in dangerous positions. That was the first corner for the night. There you go. Looks like it's going to be a second one as well. Real good test here for Australia. Got to stay strong here at the back. Decent in-swinging delivery. Close to Ryan, who punches. The back line has come out quickly there. Well done. Approaching the hour mark here. Could see some subs real soon. Keep an eye on the bench. Borrello. Wouldn't be surprised to see Borrello get a run. Milos Steganek is down and hurt. Especially in a friendlies like these, you don't want to risk any injuries. So if anyone's going down injured, you want to stay on the side of caution. That's for sure. That's for sure. Ecuador now just with a bit more possession. Australia happy just to set up and stay strong in defense. So far, it's working. We are over 2 hours now on the stream. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Please consider like if you haven't done so already. Here we go, subs time. Alexander Robertson is set to make his Socceroos debut. Brandon Borrello coming on as well. But this is a huge moment for Australian supporters to see Alexander Robertson. I reckon he'll come on for Bacchus, who's worked hard this game. Borrello probably to come on for Mabil. Jamie says, I've enjoyed the stream. Thanks so much, Jamie. Glad you're having a good time. Had some good questions tonight, Jamie. I appreciate it. So Robertson and Borrello set to come on for Australia. I'm calling it now Bacchus and Mabil to come off. Bacchus and Mabil. Here we go. Bacchus is indeed coming off for Robertson. Exciting moment for a third-generation Socceroo. Borrello's going to come on for Duke instead. Oh, dude, look at the little Subway logo on the sub. On the substitution graphic, the little Subway logo. That's hilarious. We've got Keanu Bacchus coming off for Robertson, and Duke's coming off for Borrello. Alexander Robertson. Excited to see what he can do in green and gold. He'll slot into midfield. How did you get into this line of work? Interesting question. Can't say it's my line of work, but how did I get into it? Had a passion for football from a young age, and just started making videos a few years ago. Started with a podcast, then got into videos and stuff, live streams as well. So it's as simple as that. I'd encourage you to start up your own channel if anyone's thinking of it. It's a lot of fun. All right, Alexander Robertson, wearing 26 for Australia. Let's keep an eye out for him. Attendance? Nah, it'll be over 20K. I was just looking at a shot of the stadium there, and there are certainly some empty seats up the top, but it looks strong, man. It looks real strong. Would love to see Wanderers get numbers like these week in, week out at the stadium. Irvine dropping deep for Robertson, says time. There we go. Spotting that one. Looks like you might be right as well. Robertson playing up further up the pitch alongside Borrello. Brandon Borrello playing up the top, as he has done for Wanderers for the past few weeks. Brandon Brother, he started as sort of on the right wing for Wanderers, but has been playing up top through the middle since Suleiman Kripic left the club. Fortnite asks, will you bring back the podcast? We bring the podcasts back eventually, where we can ask questions. Definitely open to bring the podcast back, but I think it's unlikely. I'm definitely keen to stick to the video and the live stream stuff. The video and live stream stuff, which I think is it's a lot more enjoyable, that's for sure. But in terms of asking questions, I think live stream is definitely the best for that because it's sort of, I mean, it's live, right? It's we can have like active discussions, whereas like a podcast is obviously just like your one question and your one answer. Whereas with a live stream, you can have that back and forth conversation as we're literally having right now. So that's why I tend to lean to live streams. And then it's something, you know, especially on YouTube, it's live streams are something you can just go watch back on replay, you know, like a podcast. So definitely open to bringing the podcast back. I'm not saying I wouldn't bring the podcast back because we did that for a while. But for me personally, I think the live streams are much more effective. Not that they're the same thing, of course. Exciting as well to see Robertson in an advanced position. Gives him the chance to get involved in attack. Here we go. Can he win that? Oh, dude. Gets absolutely crunched in that aerial challenge, and it's going to be a free kick against Robertson. Which I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of a harsh call. Robertson had no idea what was going on. Oh, I don't see how that's a foul. Is there an elbow up, maybe? I mean, yeah, a little bit. I don't know how that's a foul, man. I mean, both two players just challenging for the ball. It's not like Robertson did anything illegal. Yeah, it was a heavy landing for the Ecuador player, but... ...67 minutes played. 2 substitutes brought on already for Australia. Is it Iran Kunde time? I reckon like 80th minute, Iran Kunde to come on. 80th minute. Would love to see it. How good would an Iran Kunde goal be on debut? Nestor Iran Kunde scoring on Socceroos debut. It wouldn't even surprise me, man. It wouldn't even surprise me. He's got such star factor about him, Nestor Iran Kunde. Such excitement. Subs for Ecuador. Injury indeed. Couple injuries here for Ecuador tonight, but as I sort of said before, they're not really taking the risks, are they? Probably rightly so. It's a friendly game. No need to take a risk for an injury. Approaching the 70th minute here in this game, and you feel like we're starting to enter the final sort of phase where we're sort of in the final third of the game now. Dude, that's a strong challenge from Degenek. Well done. Milos Degenek has had a busy night in defence. Australia doing a lot of defending tonight. Australia, of course, having to do plenty of defending during the World Cup, so they're used to it by now, this squad. But Ecuador have well and truly kept them on kept Australia on the back foot for much of the game, which has probably been all right, man. I mean, we're happy to I think, sit back and attack on the counter attack. Especially with the game going as it is, this is a great opportunity for someone like Nestor and Kunda to come on and have an impact, because Ecuador are going to be chasing the game as it goes on. They're down. Ecuador are chasing the game, and that's going to create chances at the back for Australia to attack. Nestor Kunda is the kind of player you want on the end of a counter attack with the pace he has. Short stats on the broadcast. Is that 8? 5 to Australia, 8 to Ecuador. Ooh, Socceroos 2022 or 2015? 2022. Yep. I think it's fair to say that the current Socceroos squad is probably the best Socceroos squad that we've had since 2006. I mean, they're the most successful squad we've had in terms of success at a World Cup, right? 2 wins at a World Cup. 2022 for me. Forward it comes for Ecuador inside the box. Challenge comes in from Deganek. Ecuador still on the ball. Got to hold on here, man. Got to hold on here. Even though it's a friendly, we want to hold on to this win. Current minute for me, 71 minutes and 30 seconds. 71 minutes and 30 seconds on my stream. Of course, on the YouTube live stream, there is always that little bit of a delay. But I'm just past 71 minutes and 40 seconds now. Entering the final phase of the match. Definitely the time for substitutes to have their impact. And we're really yet to see Robertson and Barella get on the ball just yet, as Australia have been in defense mode of late. Fortnite says, it's crazy how much fans Nesta has attracted at Coopers. We usually get 7 to 8K, but since Nesta has been playing, our crowds are way higher and more lively. Such a bright future. It's probably not just that, but also the fact that Adelaide are playing some really entertaining football and winning games. And they're the second best team in the country right now. So I think it's both factors. I mean, Nestor Kunda is he's so exciting every time he's on the ball. Everyone gets excited. But at the same time, Adelaide have been playing really well, which, it's great to see that their crowd numbers are growing. It's going to be a set piece opportunity here for the Socceroos. Craig Goodwin to deliver. The set piece king. Let's hope for a good delivery here. Here we go. Craig Goodwin to deliver. Far post. Back in. What? How did that not go in? How did that stay out? What just happened? No. Yo, does anyone know how that stayed out? That look, I could have sworn that was heading into the back of the net. What a chance. Oh my goodness. What a chance for Australia to hit a third. It was a fantastic delivery to the back post and was knocked back, and I thought I was going to go in for sure. Gee whiz. Wow. Jamie says best A-League play was Del Piero. He was all right. He was good for Sydney FC. And he obviously stuck around for a few years, but I think Thomas Broich is still ahead of him. Lucas asked an interesting one regarding Sydney FC and Marin strikers. I'm going to go for Prime. Probably Prime Bobo. I mean, just because he had that fantastic season where he scored 1,000 goals. Prime Adam Lafonda is very good. I don't know about future Patrick Wood. I think Patrick Wood's future is uncertain, man. He could certainly jump up and fulfill his potential, but I don't know just yet. I don't know. But yeah, probably Bobo out of those 4 options. Prime Bobo, that is. Used to tear it up in the A-League a number of years ago. Mobile down the right. Still going. Still has energy in his legs. Wins a free kick. Well done. Where's the subs, man? Get the subs. Where's the subs? Where's Nesta? Where's Nestory? Here's the replay of that chance. Dude, what a chance. So how did Mobile... Oh, the keeper punched it out. Dude, I thought Mobile was going to head that in for sure. They're just showing a replay of that chance a moment ago for the Socceroos. No one beats Prime Jute. Prime Jute was very good. I mean, especially in that championship season for Adelaide. But I think Bobo still gets ahead of him, Prime Bobo. Oh, this is an interesting one. World Cup 2022 Goodwin or World Cup 2006 Cahill? Probably Cahill, right? You can't go past Timmy. Set piece for Australia. Decent free kick. Comes away. Can we go again? Goodwin down the right? Nope. Out of play. Prime Jite. You know what I saw the other day about talking about Brigitte? I totally forgot that he played for Gold Coast United. I saw a photo of him in a Gold Coast United shirt, and I was like, I completely forgot. I completely escaped my brain that he played for him. 2 subs preparing to come on is Garen Kowal and Marco Tilio attacking subs. You'd surely think they're for the 2 wingers. So it looks like maybe no Iran Kunda for this game as the ball comes in. Surely for the wingers, right? Kowal and Iran Kunda to come on. Sorry, Kowal and Tilio. We're all excited for Iran Kunda, but with these subs, I don't think he'll be getting on this game now. I don't think he'll be getting a run. Unless they take one of the center mids off for him and Robertson gets shifted back. But Goodwin's coming off. Tilio on. As they're showing the replay of that Mobile goal. Dude, what a strike. There's the power that Mobile got on that. Celebration. Hey, Mobile. Great to see him on score sheet for Australia. Garen Kowal coming on. Of course, the last time he was on a pitch for Australia, he almost took Socceroos to extra time against Argentina. Man, the world would have been a different place if we scored that goal. Australia would have been a different place. How big do you think Tilio could get? I think he's got a bright future, man. I think he's got a bright future. It's looking like he'll head to Europe next year. All right, so we've got a fresh front line here. Borrello, Robertson, Kowal, Tilio. Looks like that's Garen Kowal who will be playing off the left wing. Tilio off the right. Through the middle, Borrello and Robertson. Ecuador still moving the ball quite well, but unable to break Australia down just yet, and that's going to be a free kick. Bates not happy about it. All right, we don't have long to go, man. We don't have long to go. Heading towards the 79th minute. Ecuador inside the box. Dude, that's a good save, Matty Ryan. It's going to be a corner. On you, Matty. On you, Matty, indeed. Lucas, what happens? What happened with Ryan Grant with the Socceroos? Just dropped down the pecking order. Fran Karacic was getting a run ahead of him. And then Natty Atkinson, a younger, more promising right back, comes in. Ryan Grant, I guess, just slipping down, isn't he? Josh Risdon also in there with a shout too. You know, another right back who could get a run. So look, there's a number of right backs who could get a run for Socceroos, but yeah, Ryan Grant's just slipped down that order, hasn't he? Surely that's a foul. It is. Robertson winning the free kick. The ever reliable Matty Ryan. Do you think Messi has another World Cup in him? I don't think so. I mean, it'd be great, right? We'd love to see him go again, but especially after he won the recent one. I don't know. I think he might call it a day. It'd be great to see him go again. Matty Ryan, the Australian captain, leading from the back. Chance for Australia to hit a third here. Would love to see one of these boys score their first Socceroos goal. Robertson trying to get involved. Heavy touch. Loses it. Haven't really seen much of him yet, Robertson. Yet to really get himself into this game. Look at that. Arnie not happy with how far Ecuador are bringing that forward, that throw forward. Finally gets taken. Tilio trying to sneak in there. Marco Tilio having a great season with Melbourne City. Marco Tilio getting plenty of game time, which is great to see. Starting ahead of Andrew Naboot this season, Tilio, for City. Here we go. Robertson forward for Borrello. Here we go. Tilio making the run. It's just behind him. Robertson in the middle. Here comes Tilio inside for Borrello. Corner. Building well there, Australia. That was a good little piece of play. Robertson, Borrello, Tilio involved. Borrello obviously knows this ground well. The home of the Western Sydney Wanderers, Combank Stadium. Dude, Brandon Borrello is already on his knees. Already leaning down. Looks tired. Tilio to deliver this corner with his left boot. Wearing number 6. The number formerly belonging to Martin Boyle. Tilio's delivery is decent. It's going to fall away. This is such a niche question, Fortnite. I love this. I know what you're talking about because I watched the game. Thoughts on Rufa? Alex Rufa shushing the Adelaide United crowd and being down 3-1. We're going to come back to that because Australia are behind here. Great chance. Oh, it's in. Is it offside? Is it call? Australia just scored a third and it's going to stand. It's Garen Kowal has just scored his first goal for the Socceroos. Fantastic moment for the youngster. Garen Kowal makes it 3-1 for Australia. Taps it in from close range. Garang indeed, Newey Jets. Great play down the left-hand side. Borrello with a pass. Beautiful. And was that Aziz Bayic? It was indeed. And look, might have been offside. It was close. It was so close. Borrello to Bayic, teeing up Kowal. Easiest goal he scored in his career, and it's his first goal for the Socceroos. What a moment for Garang. Let's go. Fantastic moment. Willy Wonka's in the chat. How's it going? Koala on the score sheet. Almost scored his first goal for Australia against eventual World Cup champions, Argentina, back in the World Cup last year. Fantastic. Jamie, fair point, says now Ecuador going to score according to your prediction. I mean, I hope they don't now, right? I hope they don't. Adelaide's in the chat. How's it going, mate? Good to see you jumping in. Guys, thanks so much for watching the live stream tonight. Please hit the like button if you have been enjoying. Australia are now up 3-1, courtesy of a recent goal from Garang Kowal, his first goal for Australia. 3-1. This is a fantastic scoreline for Australia if it stays as is. Socceroos have defended admirably. Now Ecuador coming down the left with a real urgency to attack now. – 85 minutes have passed. Just past 85 minutes now. We're entering the final stages of the game. Space down the right for Ecuador. Australian backline has defended admirably. Adelaide, of course, an Adelaide United fan asks, thoughts on Adelaide United scoring 26 goals in 8 games. They've been tearing it up and well deserved to be on top. Not on top, second place. Close to on top. Yeah, they're doing really well at the moment, Adelaide United, and they're a real threat to Melbourne City for the A-League Championship this season. This is an interesting one. You should do a ranking of the A-League club walkout songs. That's an interesting one. Won't back down, Mariners, number 1. Won't back down. Banger. It's going to be a free kick opportunity here for Ecuador to get one back. My score prediction of 3-2 is still on, but I don't want them to score. Do not want Ecuador to score, man. Ari Sutar in the wall. Look at him, he's massive. Alongside Irvine, Deganek, and Rolls. Stupinian with his left foot standing over as well. Matty Ryan well positioned to save this. It's like 30 meters out or so. Chance here. Stupinian to strike. Good save, Ryan. Good save, Ryan. Got down well to his left. Captain Matty Ryan. 87 minutes have ticked past. Dude, that was a really good save from Matty Ryan because he saw it late. The free kick was low and it curled through the wall. Could Australia find a fourth here? It's Tilio down the right. Oh, dude, we'd love a fourth. It would be such a convincing scoreline, especially a scoreline like this, man. I mean, we're talking about what this result means for the Asian Cup next year, and it'd be great to take some positive results heading into as we head close to the Asian Cup, as it looks like Connor Metcalf is about to come onto the field. Midfielders Irvine and O'Neill have performed so well tonight. There hasn't really been many poor performances at all from Socceroos. We're a little bit rusty early on, should be said, right? Australia were a little bit shaky early on. A little bit shaky. But we settled into the game. Got that first goal, which could have been ruled out if VAR was around. Robertson wins a free kicker once again. So a couple little moments here from Alexander Robertson. that we're seeing. As we see Jackson Irvine, who's worked so hard tonight, he's going to come off for Connor Metcalf. Replay of that Jackson Irvine goal. Duke tapping it across. Irvine, easy tapping. Unpopular opinion here in the chat from Adelaide. Perth will sneak into the finals. I can see it happening. I can see it certainly could happen. They just need to win on the road. I mean, they got a valuable point away to Jets the other day. But Perth just aren't winning enough games away from home. So that's what they need. That's what they need. Is Australia almost in again? Here's Tilio. Penalty. What? It's gone the other way. Robertson's not happy, and there's a coming together of players. Sutar's in there. Caicedo's trying to have a go at Robertson here. And this seems really unnecessary. I mean, it's a friendly game. Of course, both these teams want to win. Caicedo still wants to have a word with Robertson. But how is the referee awarded an Ecuador for a kick here? So Sutar goes in. Robertson goes down. So the Ecuadorian players are adamant that Robertson, and there's a little swipe to the head. There's a little swipe to the head of Robertson while he's down, which is just completely unnecessary. I mean, it's a friendly game. I mean, all that sort of just spiraled out of control so suddenly then. Completely unnecessary there from all parties, in my opinion. But no reason to swipe at his head, man, when he's down. Oh, man. Well, Ecuador seem to be a little bit rattled by this current scoreline. We've got a set piece late on here. We've got 5 minutes of added time. Degenek, judged to have fouled his opponent there. Adelaide wants a late Aaron Kunda substitution. I think it's too late now. Only a few minutes remaining. I think we'll definitely see him in the second game. And of course, we will be doing a live watch along for that second game Tuesday night. Good delivery. Matty Ryan has been called into action a few times tonight. Has done well. Ryan. Man, there was that one Ecuador player offside. Dude, it's amazing. We're watching a game without VAR and just looking at all the decisions that could be ruled out. Could be overturned. Or potentially if they turn into goals. It's a funny thing. It's been a long time since VAR's become such like a normal part of the game now. It's funny watching it without it. No VAR. No VAR, Jamie. For the friendly game. Friendly game, so no VAR. Here we go. Attendance is 20,688. Is that right? 20,688. I was about 4,000 off. It's close. Chance for Ecuador getting in the box. Australia staying strong. That's right. Tan says, love Sutar leadership, holding back Robertson. He got himself in there and got Robertson out of there for sure. You could see Robertson was not happy with that little swipe to the head. Yeah, Sutar straight in there, wasn't he? Sutar straight in there. This has been a really professional performance from Australia in this friendly against a quality opposition in Ecuador. 3-1 result is a very good one. And there's a chance here. It's onside. Borello. Oh! Just across the face of goal. Borello almost making it 4. What an opportunity. Brandon Borello was onside. Oh, man. Oh, dude, that was so close. Just watching that replay. Just across that far post. Brandon Barello has bagged a number of goals here at the Stadium for Wanderers. Couldn't do it on this occasion for Western Sydney. A minute left to play here. Australia 3, Ecuador 1. Make sure you're jumping in Tuesday night for the next watch-along. Ecuador will be looking for revenge after only being able to breach Australia's defence once. That came in the first half. Really, really strong defence for much of this game, though, Australia. Is that? No, that's offside for sure. Yep. Offside for sure, which might take us to full time. Really impressive performance tonight. Mabil was great on the wing. Goodwin was involved. Substitutes have looked lively. Aidan O'Neill in his first full debut for the Socceroos, fantastic. And he's still on the pitch. We should remember Aidan O'Neill is still on the pitch right now, right? Connor Metcalf came on for Irvine. Really professional display all around for Australia. As we edge closer to the full-time whistle, Ecuador trying to look for a late goal here. Cleared away. Surely that's it. Ecuador still come as we're past the 5 minutes. We are now 30 seconds over the added time, and surely that's it. There we go. Full time at Combank Stadium, Australia 3. Ecuador 1. Fantastic performance from this Socceroos. How good is that? Beautiful. There you go. Australian World Cup winners 2026. You've heard it here first. You've heard it here first from Adelaide. Oh, mate. Tan asking an interesting question. How would Hrustic fit into this lineup for the Asian Cup? It's a good question. It's a good question because especially if, I mean, McGree wasn't even playing in this game. You'd think McGree would get a run, the run ahead of Hrustic now too, especially after the World Cup. It's a good question. I don't know how Hrustic fits into the starting lineup. I think he's coming off the bench. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Graham Arnold will be happy with that result. Hard to pick a man of the match. Who's the man of the match for you guys? Man of the match for you guys. Let me know. I'm tempted to say Mabil. Really lively all game when he was on. Scored the goal. Second goal for Australia. I'm going to go Ail Mabil, man. I'm going to go Ail Mabil. Zadlade, thanks so much for tuning in, man. See you here on Tuesday night for the next stream. Tan says Irvine was his man of the match. Irvine worked bloody hard, that's for sure. Sutar getting the Channel 10 interview here. Great to see. David says O'Neill looks tidy and positioned himself well. I mean, fantastic from O'Neill. Hey, his Socceroos debut. Played 90 minutes and was absolutely superb. So it's hard to say, no one really disappointed tonight. Pyrotechnics are back, that's for sure. Would love to see, last question for you guys before we head off. Who would you like to see start in the next game? Do you want to see some rotation? I think we'd love to see some different players shuffle around, especially after considering that we've won this game pretty reasonably convincingly. I mean, I thought we were pretty comfortable with that 3-1 win. I'd love to see Boss to come into left back. Maybe Ryan Strain to start at right back. There you go. David also says Boss. Whether Robertson starts from the off. There's plenty of options. Cummings even to come in and start up top would be good as well. I'd be down just for the whole change of the first 11. It's a friendly, and especially after we won the first one. Why not just change it up? Maybe Joe Gauchi to start in goals. Aidan O'Neill getting the post-match interview as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in tonight, and I'll see you on Tuesday for the next match up against Ecuador. Australia taking on Ecuador Tuesday night. I'll see you live here from 7 p.m. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you have the an enjoyable rest of your Friday night. Cheers, guys. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks.